Gotta have my hat on. Alright, hey, what's up guys? Let's go over something real quick. I come across a new company I've never heard of. I was actually saw them posted on some forums that I look at, and they're called 1STPLAYER. 1STPLAYER Gaming, 1STPLAYER. 1stplayer.com takes you to their website. It's pretty neat. They've got this fan here, the Steampunk fan. It's nothing super fancy, no Steampunk fan. I expected something a little more steampunk looking when I opened it up, but it wasn't. And we're actually going to find out if this is a good fan. Is it more of a case fan, something for aesthetics, or is it something that can actually cool a GPU under load? Because I am going to test that. I used an AMD R9 290X, which is a relatively hot card, to see if it can handle under load cooling of the radiator, because it's only a 120mm radiator. So we'll see what it can do, and if it compares to the stock cooler fan that comes with it, which it's a Corsair H55 radiator. So of course Corsair provides one of their primo fans for it. But we'll find out, we'll look at it, we'll see if it's any good other than just aesthetically looking good. It's actually well priced, pretty low, and it's different. It breaks the mold. So if you're looking for something budget that's different to fit your style, there's no reason you can't make something look good and not have to spend a lot of money or break the bank. So we're going to take a look at it and hope for the best. Hey guys, what's up? Matt with 86 Gaming. We're going to be going over the 1STPLAYER Steampunk fan. Totally lost my train of thought starting this. We're going to be going over the Steampunk fan by 1STPLAYER. And what it is a ceramic bearing fan that has a unique design. And I've got it right here. Don't mind the creaky chair. Got to get some WD-40 for that. Try not to move so much, Matt. But it's a unique design. It does feel a little flimsy, as if you were to screw it in too hard into the case itself. I'd be worried sometimes about maybe putting too much pressure on these brackets right here, because they have no real support anywhere else, and they feel like they could break, and I don't want to attempt it because I still have to test the fan itself under load. Now I spoke with a representative from 1STPLAYER Gaming who said this is more of a case fan for airflow, for general airflow. It is a PWM fan that comes with an adapter for Molex power if necessary. If you don't have a PWM hub or a place to plug the PWM to on the motherboard, you do have the adapter for a Molex power. However, that's all that came in this case. This big box right here, that's all I got. I didn't get any screws with it. There was no literature on it. I had to actually go and look for what I needed. But that's okay. I understand newer companies trying to make it big in the West. Now, this company is allegedly established in the East, and they sell power supplies, gaming mice, gaming keyboards, mechanical hybrid keyboards, and I'm looking forward to seeing the power supplies, because the power supplies have 82 plus certified, which is not something I'm familiar with. But we'll see if those are actually worth anything when they can hopefully get them over here. I know that they're having some issues with it would be too costly to ship them, but you know, maybe that'll change and we'll get a chance to get our hands on them, because they look pretty neat, and I don't really know if that'll tell you anything, but I'll do my best to try to get my hands on one and review it if they start selling them. But anyways, this is about this fan, and these come in a variety of colors. You can go look them up on Amazon or Newegg. They come in red and blue and green, but I've got the white LED one here, and this logo right here on the front from 1STPLAYER lights up. This is their actual logo, and that should be, you know, that should be fun. I didn't think it was as bright as it could be for being an LED fan. It does feature a ceramic bearing, if I didn't say, which is kept it pretty quiet. When I plugged it in and tested on the desk, I tested on a level surface to see if these blades wibble wobble, which is a real word. Go Wikipedia it if you don't believe me, and then you'll find out that I've just completely lied to you, because I have no idea if that's actually something you can Wikipedia. But we'll check this out. What I'm going to be doing to test it out is I'm going to be putting it on that 120 radiator in the back that I used to keep my my Kraken G10 mounted R9 290X cool. And that R9 290X is an AMD card, and it gets hot. If you know anything about AMD in general, AMD just makes things that get hot. So that I figured would be a great test for it, because I've tested other fans on it to really see if they fail or succeed at cooling and have good airflow. This is the best way for me to test it and get a realistic feeling for it, watching the temperature rise or fall or stay even. The current fan on there is actually the fan that came with the H55 Corsair Liquid AIO, which is all-in-one cooler, to keep that radiator cool. Under load running Unigine Valley, that radiator will stay at about, or the GPU, because of that fan on the radiator, will stay at about 70 to 76 degrees under load, and that's a perfectly comfortable temperature for me. Now, when I've tested other fans on it and they quickly climb into 90 degrees Celsius, I start to get a little bit worried about what's going on with my card. It's not cooling efficiently. So your fan does matter on your radiator, by the way, if you did not know that. we will be testing this on there to see how quickly it gets hot. Now, just to disclose, they did tell me that this is not for cooling, something like that, because I did ask that question. They said this is more of a case fan, something that's going to be stylish and stylized to be put inside your case, something that looks a little different and has a low price point, something that you don't have to spend $5 or $6 on, but you can spend $14 on or less, depending on, because I want to say I picked it up for $9 on Amazon. With Amazon Prime membership, it was $10. So that's something to consider. If you can afford something and want to look a little different and have something neat in your case, this is actually probably a pretty good pickup. As far as being a regular case fan, yes, I approve of that. But I do want to find out if it has actual good airflow, because on a radiator, that's a little bit of a different story. If you're just pushing air around in a case, that's one thing, make it look good, and it's not quite as big of a deal as it is to make sure that if it's a component you need to cool that requires some love, like this R9290X will require some love under load, then you probably don't want to go with this. But we'll actually find out, because I don't know. I can't speak from experience because I haven't put it on there to test it out yet, and we're going to see what kind of results we get. So that'll be the next part of this video we're going to right now. So I just ran the test, and I ran Unigen Valley, and it didn't take long for me to determine. It made it through about one benchmark cycle, which is 19 scenes, maybe it's 28 scenes, I don't remember. One of them's 19, one of them's 28. It's not very long, it's about 8-9 minutes long. And it was a steady increase, and I was thinking, okay, it'll probably level out in the 70s if it's going to level out anywhere. And it went from 50 to 60 to 70 to 80, and I was like, alright, we're into the 80s on a steady incline, which means no, this is not going to be good for radiators under load that are trying to cool a heat source component. So if anything, a case fan at best, but a cool looking case fan. Keep that in mind. If you want to check it out, I'll put links in the description below where to get it if you're interested in it, because you want something different, something that looks good but isn't just your everyday cheapo fan. It is a pretty inexpensive fan, and it looks pretty nice, and it would be best served not doing something important. I don't know a better way to say it, but I will try their Fire Rose, I think is the other one, which is probably more in place for something like this. It looks to be a better fan with a better design, better blades, and better bearing system. But overall, no, this is going to be a case fan only. Not something you want to use anywhere else, but just as an aesthetic case fan to generate some airflow or exhaust. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Get subscribed if you're not already subscribed. I'll try to put more videos up like this as I can. I've got a cool Xeon build coming up, which is not so much a budget build type of endeavor, but it will be a pretty neat build because it'll be a Xeon server/gaming build, and if that sounds interesting to you, cool, but it's not going to be the most affordable thing in the world. Other than that, I've also got the eBay trifecta coming in. I've got the headphones from Sadie's Hi-Fi, and I've got the keyboard should be here soon, and the gaming mouse, the all under, if you saw that video, the all under $30 trifecta gaming peripheral devices, and they should be pretty neat, so I'm looking forward to checking those out, and I'm hoping they're pretty cool. And if they are, I'll definitely put links to those as well, so that you can go check it out yourself and find something extremely budget and get a nice trifecta of headset with microphone. I think it was even advertised like that, headset with microphone, keyboard and mouse for under $30. We'll see if it's worth anything though, because once again, we'll just be lucky if it works out of the box. Some of these companies just throw crap in a box and sell it. Anyways, like it if you like it, dislike it if you didn't like it, leave me a comment if you have any questions. It's a pretty neat fan, but it's nothing really to write home about. It's case fan, aesthetic fan. So anyways, thanks guys.